And the 19th Summit of Non-Aligned Movement. Government revises the minimum wage for domestic and agricultural workers. And in sports, the Botswana national softball team is in camp as part of the preparations for the men's softball World Cup qualifiers. Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, has left for Kampala, Uganda, to attend the 19th Summit of the Non-Aligned Movement on the 19th and 20th, and the 3rd South Summit of the G77 plus China on the 21st and the 22nd of January 2024, respectively. The 19th NAM Summit will discuss global issues of collective concern and interest, as well as foster cooperation among the 120 NAM member states. It is also expected to pass progressive resolutions that will reshape the world order in alignment with the principles of the non-aligned movement, which are premised on political self-determination, respect for sovereignty, non-aggression, and equality. While the 3rd South Summit of the G77 plus China will explore ways of enhancing South-to-South cooperation in various areas, including digital economy, trade and investment, as well as poverty eradication. President Masisi and his entourage will return on Tuesday, the 23rd of January. Still in Uganda, the acting permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Clifford Maribe, says Botswana stands on the side of cessation of war and ending of human strife in the Israeli-Palestine war. Maribe said this on the sidelines of the just-ended ministerial meeting of the 19th Non-Aligned Movement, where he delivered the Botswana statement. He said the Israel-Palestine issue dominated the two-day ministerial meeting. The meeting paves way for the Heads of State Summit, which begins tomorrow, and Maribe said President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, who is also the current chair of the landlocked developing countries, will lobby for support for the bloc as he prepares for a major summit to be held in Rwanda later in the year. The heads of state will look at resolutions from the ministerial meeting, wherein the Kampala Declaration will be drawn from. Moving on, the acting president, who is also a member of parliament for Buteti West, Mr. Slamba Tsuhwane, has informed residents of Orapa that government has revised the minimum wage for domestic and agricultural workers. The acting president said this while addressing a Khotla meeting in Orapa. Sabaitseng Tabuho.
This Khotla meeting paves way for the acting president's consultative meetings in his constituency, and when addressing residents of Orapa, he highlighted some of the government initiatives.
ka gore ga gona sepe se neng se ba itse gore ba ka duela botoka go tsamaelaneng le seemo sa bone mme re ne ra ikano ka kgang ye ya minimum wage mme re na le minimum wage ye le gore ke a badisa le di house ba di maid mo dijarateng bone ke 1500 mme le bone ba le jaaka re bua ba di shopoling re tsholeditse minimum wage ya bone.
Residents shared some of their views with their member of parliament.
Re na le bothoki jo bo latelang re na le gone gore re thokana le bloko ja guidance and counseling re thokana le gone gore dilebo tsa rona di be di okediwa tse leng gore di teng gompieno gora gore ga di lekane dipalo tsa bana ba ileng gore na le bone mo nakong ya gompieno re bua ka lebo e tshwana le ate re bua ka lebo e tshwana le design and technology
go nne le ga ya gore go ne jaaka dikompone go ba mo botetimo a motse o ne le dipole tse di bona kana o thabolwe ke ne kompone tebe e go ba ho ke zo di kgala tse ngwe tse ile gore gongwe ha ile gore ne ise mo molao motheo gongwe nka bo le tsentse
ni se jaaka re bua re ra buisana ga rena le dikompone a re ka di beela melao ya siri sephatlo wa twalo seru phatlo ba tla tsamaya ba go mahelo a mangwe ba go direla koo akere so re tshwanetse re dire melao e le gore le bone ke melao e ba ka isika-sikang ba bona gore nyami ga e re bee thata ka ko mosing.
Mr. Tsogwane informed residents that the government is still reviewing minimum wage for other sectors of the economy that were not affected by the current review.
Still in Boteti, the acting president, Mr. Slamba Tsogwane, has implored government departments to improve service delivery. Mr. Tsogwane said this when addressing heads of department in Letlhakane as part of his consultative meetings. Sabaizing Tabuho continues.
When responding to the district development report for Boteti West, the acting president advised departments to formulate strategies to address challenges facing their district.
There are also some gaps here and there as well. There are certain things that we need to improve as district leadership. We must come up with some initiatives responding to the population dynamics. We must be in a position to say, okay, the population report, census. What are we doing as a district? Butloki bo hodile jang matshelo a batho a tokagetse go le kae. What is it that we are going to do? Planning for the next development plan or the next budget. What are we going to do? What are we going to drive?
The other issue can occur, the sub-district have been upgraded to district level. The posts they were not there of higher responsibilities are coming to the district. Officer accommodation is now becoming a challenge, even the staff accommodation. Something that we need to understand, Kabotiti Kohore, Letakana alone, prices are higher than that of Zahaburu.
Collaboration amongst government departments is said to be crucial in improving service delivery.
There is a lack of collaboration. And indeed, when you look at the report, lack of collaboration. The report it has been presented in silos. But me, we are all striving towards the attainment of our Vision 2036.
Roteha, we need to change, mindset change, to the better, of course, or to the best. Report here, analyze hela hore di gap tso ntse di buiwa molaodi le tsa bua ka tsona. Hore going forward we need hore re tswale di gap tse. Ga se go tswala di gap ka dishonesty, ke go tswala di gap ka go ira tiro.
Mr. Tsogwane emphasized on the importance of addressing poor academic results since Boteti is one of the least performing districts in the country.
The Minister of Defense and Security, Mr. Kagiso Musi, will, on behalf of the President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, attend the swearing-in of the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Mr. Felix Tshisekedi, on Saturday, January 20th in Kinshasa, DRC. Mr. Tshisekedi was declared the winner of the DRC election held on December 20th, 2023. Minister Musi will leave for the DRC on Friday the 19th and is expected back home on Sunday. Moving on, the G7 have taken a decision to compel all diamond-producing countries to send both rough and polished diamonds to Antwerp, Belgium for certification, circumventing existing certification processes. This move is said to have the potential to negatively impact Botswana's economy, which is heavily dependent on the diamonds.
Last month, G7 leaders took a decision that has dire consequences for diamond-producing countries. They say beginning of September this year, all rough and polished diamonds will only be certified by Belgium, or else they will not buy. The move by G7 countries, as they say, is aimed at stopping Russian diamonds from reaching their market. This week, a team of G7 visited Botswana to learn about its diamonds journey. The consultation that this team is here for comes after a decision was made, only waiting to be enforced beginning of September this year.
We have a challenging task as a technical team to implement the G7 decision that's been taken, and we came here to be able to learn how the systems are working here so that we can ensure that the systems that are developed, that we've been directed to implement, don't have the dire outcomes that some of the questions know. That the system we're putting in place is one that does have, again, the mutual benefit to our markets to be sure that they are free from Russian diamonds.
The G7 technical team had no conclusive, though chances are slim.
Forward that this consultation will now be more fruitful with the information that they now possess about Botswana and why we cannot really go for the single node. So we're hoping that the continuum of this conversation will actually yield positives for Botswana, and hence propel our beneficiation and development trajectory, because that is really the key to improving the lives of Botswana.
Satisfied with what they've seen. Inconclusive as we may, in terms of what really we are going to be doing from here. I think the general understanding is that they've seen, they've had, they'll go back and we will continue to dialogue.
With this new order of mining and selling of diamonds, many producing countries such as Botswana are left with a mountain to climb, as they were excluded from the onset when decisions were made. What happens next, time will tell. On Tatire Boti, BTV News, Gaborone.
Molaponle Chief Magistrate Hasitsi Witonoki this morning extended bail for 3 accused persons in the murder case of 3 children near Watlanami in the Gwenin district. The accused persons, Mr. Rakola John Rakola, Katleho Rakola, and Basebonyi Rakola, had appeared in court for mention this morning. Ungutlule Tamahe and Samantha Habaimi report.
The accused persons, Rakola John Rakola, age 79 years, Katleho Rakola, age 32, together with Basebonyi Rakola, age 50 years, are all facing 3 counts of murder. According to the charge sheet, the accused persons on the 28th of December 2023 in the Toten settlement near Watlanami village in the Gwenin district murdered Penyo Ratlaha. In count 2, the accused persons are also facing a count of murder of Milili Khatlang, an incident which occurred on the 28th of December 2023 in the Toten settlement. In count 3, the accused persons Rakola John Rakola, Katleho Rakola, together with Basebonyi Rakola, on the 28th of December 2023, near the Toten lands near Watlanami village, acted together to murder Pakomo Khalakadi. The state prosecutor Sub-Inspector Maureen Sehoho told a packed court that the accused persons were granted bail yesterday by the Lobatse High Court, citing that investigations are still ongoing. Sekgokgo told the court that they have taken the corpse of the 3 murdered children for post-mortem and they are still awaiting results. The prosecutor requested the court to give them more time to conduct investigations as they are complex. Magistrate Tonoki acceded the request of the prosecution team and urged them to present the outcomes of the post-mortem to court once they are released. The magistrate said the offense committed by the accused persons is a serious one and needs extensive investigations. The first accused person, Rakola John Rakola, the second accused person, Katlego Rakola, and the third accused person, Basebonye Rakola, told the court that they have nothing to say. Molepole Chief Magistrate Khasisi Tonoki has extended the accused bail and will appear again on the 23rd of April 2024. Unkutle Tamare, BTV News, Molepole.
Hitchhikers at Taung and Sebele bus stops in Gaborone are increasingly falling victim to criminals who give them lifts only to rob and dump them along the A1 road. PTV News reporter Unkutle Tamare follows the story.
Taung public transport stop in Gaborone is always congested with people who want to connect to and from work, with others traveling to different villages such as Muchudi. Some passengers who are always in a hurry to arrive at their destinations tend not to use public transport and opt for private vehicles. However, it has been realized that some hitchhikers, especially women, are given rides by criminals who along the way make turn to a different direction to attack, rape and rob them.
Go na le dilalomengana tse di dirile gore ba ka pega batho di lift gone hale ba itira ba yang go tabe go iwa teng mme re mo tselehela ba tsena segolo bogola junction ya Odi ba bo ba thena gone go ba tsena ka ha o ka re ba ya ka motseng wa Odi ba tsena mo segwe ba puruputsa ba tsa dilwana mo bathong ba tabe ba pegile ba boela mo Gaborone aga re ba pega gona ha Tau ba ithela ile borre kana re a le mote ba ta ba rinya space se lekanye mongwe o re motsang ha pele ile gore ba avoida go pega reo mme ha ba ka ithela re mme gongwe ke tsa stop se tshwana le sa bo fire ba mo pega mo zone space se ba re ba sebetse mongwe ko pele gantsi ba leka gore ba hete batho ba pegile ka dipalo gore re ba phuruphusa be mongwe le mongwe a le ba gana le wa gagwe.
These criminal incidents are now giving the police sleepless nights as the criminals use different cars with wrong number plates on these acts.
Ba di apesa di plate number tse ile gore ga se tsa tsone gantsi le ha di kamera tsa rena di supa gore koloi ya go nna na hitile ha o ithela ile gore ha se re checka mo system re ithela ile koloi e selehela e sa tsamaelane le se se diregang bontsi ka dikoloinyana tse di a harisi ka re gona le maabane ana le tse re tshwere ngwe e le gore o ne go lebe ga e phamotse mme ya re kuba ba hella ba idampile mo tseleng mme ra ithela ile gore ke ya khiriso jaanong go dingalo ka gore kana o ithela ile gore ba hirisa ba ke kgwebo ya bone ba tsa di particulars tsa motho yo hirisa koloi sente maybe le gore kantene o hirisa o dire dilo tsa burukuti.
The police say they are having a tough task in their effort to arrest the said criminals. Investigations in the criminal incidents occurring at the bus stops after women are given rides and robbed are ongoing. Unkutle Tamare, BTV News, Gaborone.
News just in. The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, has arrived in Kampala, Uganda, to attend the 19th Summit of the Non-Aligned Movement on Friday, the 19th and 20th, and the 3rd South Summit of the G77 plus China on the 21st and 22nd of January 2024, respectively. The 19th NAM Summit will discuss global issues of collective concern and interest, as well as foster cooperation among the 120 NAM member states. Meanwhile, the third South Summit of the G77 plus China will explore ways of enhancing South-to-South cooperation in various areas, including digital economy, trade and investment, as well as poverty eradication. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi and his entourage will return home on Tuesday, the 23rd of January. In other news, Kgosi Sabelo Pilani of Sikwane has urged government to assist in addressing the current influx of crocodiles in the Madikwe River. He said the crocodiles kill livestock and threaten the lives of residents. Kgosi Pilani said this during a Khotla meeting in Sikwane.
Residents of Sikwane have been relying on Madikwe River, which flows to the big Limpopo River in South Africa. Watering of their livestock and fishing has been some of the main benefits of this river. This time around, the river is said to be infested with crocodiles for the first time in history. During the Khotla meeting, residents raised concerns about these crocodiles, saying they have now become a threat because they kill their livestock. The area member of parliament has encouraged Department of Wildlife to assist in mitigation measures that will help control the situation before it gets worse.
South Africa by a National Commission on Defense and Security. Maybe wildlife, they have to be there. The joint investigation.
Kana phologolo go tenkwena ke lisika la di reptiles di gagabi ka Setswana yaanong o ithala le gore gantsi mo dinakong tsa phakela tla be tswa mo metsing tota go tswa mo metsing ya be batla gore ithuthatse ka one marang a letsatsi yaanong go ra gore tswa thata ka nako ya maphakela le nakonyana tsa maitsiboa.
Meanwhile, in this meeting, residents had a chance to consult with the area MP concerning village developments.
Metsi a leswa a eleng gore a tla be a ntshiwa mo tseleng yone e tonai gore a se ka tsena mo malapeng. E be re tsena ko paving of internal road gore ditsela tsa rona mo motseng ba gaetsho di a tshwenya.
Kana hala ga kola re ra dira storm drainage go tswa go ha mabalane hale re ta yana mme ga sa ka sa helela se tshela metsi mo dijareteng tsa batho mme ke sone se le tona a se bua gore tota gore yano re nne le lenaneo le le siame ke gore re te ka mo go bitswang the master plan ya storm drainage sa metsi ya dinoka tsothetse.
The MP has also urged residents to come up with ideas that can help expand developments in the area. Budulo Mogoros, BTV News, Sikwane.
The Member of Parliament for Gaborone North, Mr. Mpho Balopi, has updated residents of Lidumang on initiatives aimed at helping Botswana improve their lives. Mr. Balopi said initiatives such as the Moletlotlo, among others, are intended to alleviate poverty and sustain communities. Komiso Mapanyane and Bofelo Mutsumi.
The knowledge-based economy is considered one of the drives that can provide leverage for citizens to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. The Temolototo initiative is also said to be key to enhance transformation of citizens, giving more emphasis on agricultural produce that will eventually contribute to the country's food security and better the economy. Mr. Balopi encouraged Lidumang residents to be transformative in all aspects of entrepreneurship and consider Temolototo a drive to better their standard of living.
Lenaneo le lone le la temo le toto le itebagantse segolobogolo le maduo go ntsha maduo go na le go le mahela ano lenanole le batla gore wena o ikite ka thupana o berekele ko pele o se ka jala mosakela mpeng wena we gore o leme ha o hetsa temo ya gago o roba e be le gone o ungwelwang ka gore mo le mo batla go ungwelwa a dirile bo mo sola thata ba temo le toto go le ka gore bo rotloetse gore le ga la rona le ijesi le nne le dijo tse di lekaneng.
The Village Development Committee requested the upgrades of internal roads depending on their conditions.
Ne ra bona tsela e leng gore tlhokagala gore yone e ka tsengwa paving pele ga tsone tsotlhe ke nngwe e bidiwa go te mokaba yane go tlase ko gantse go bidiwang ko motlhare re ne re tlhopha yana re lebile gore ke gone ko metsi a tshologelang teng ga dipula dina go tswang ga be re tsamaya le ditsela tse ka go latelana ga tsone ka ga go elelang ka
Amidst of words of encouragement, members of Lidumang community raised concerns experienced in their area.
Minna ke na malaka na botlhoko thata ga o bua ka bana ba ba tsewang kganyi ke kganyi tlhare lebile thata batho a modimo e utlwisa botlhoko re boneng e utlwisa botlhoko e botlhoko tlhoko bo e leng gore
nna ke moipereki ke roka ditlhako ke rekisa shake batsadi ba me ke motho helo e gore ke mohumanegi o ke tshetsang bana ba me ka tsela e ke e dirang ka yona ba gaetso ke a kgorelediwa ke ba molao ba nkgoreletsa go tshedisa batsadi ba
bana ba rona ka go ntseng ka teng human trafficking ba gaetso ka ga re bona e gola ka teng ba mo kotsing mme ke dumela gore rotlhe re utlwile re tsibogetse kgannye ga se la ntlha o bua ka kganyone ya gore wa itshetsa mme ka re go itshetsa ga gago go kgorelediwa ke gore bangwe ba go kgoreletsa o tsile ka tharabololo ga wa tla wa bua hela ka bothata tharabololo e ke dumela gore o tsile ka bone wa re segolo ga o ka batlelwa semausinyana se le gore se ka go haphela ga thoko gore o kgone gore o tsene mo o roke o kgona gore o roke ditlhago ka bontsi bo di bego go ka gokotsa gore o rekise shake.
BOTSWANA have been advised to continue registering for the upcoming 2024 general elections. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister of Health and Member of Parliament for Matete Molapo-Abojang, Dr. Edwin Dikoloti, has called upon government departments to embrace the Ipeleheng skills development component, which aims to develop various competencies of participants in the construction sector. Dr. Dikoloti highlighted this at Lorwana in the Matete Molapo-Abojang constituency when handing over a 2-bedroomed house built by Ipeleheng beneficiaries to the Musimane Kwena family. Gilbert Mohorosi.
Realizing the dire circumstances the Musimane Kwena family were going through by using the Destitute Housing Program, Good Hope District Council, in partnership with Construction Industry Trust Fund, CITF, constructed this 2-bedroom house.
Thusang dialogane e sembahela atolosang gore le ire mo go teng database ke tsorlana le ra expression me ha gongwe bontse ga bo e bone gore bo kgone go ikwala me ke letso ke gore nyena ba la alogang gampeno ka mosobe le kgona go tshwara ka diatla.
Ipeleheng skills development component has been formulated to enable beneficiaries to graduate from traditional Ipeleheng program by acquiring relevant skills that they will in future use to earn a living.
So the tutor tsa rona tse re di hange tse leng gore
di netahaditswe ke ba Botswana Qualifications Authority. We offer registered qualifications. So di tlangana tse re di hambana ba ke di tlangana hala tse leng gore ga go tlhoke gore motho a go botsa gore o setse re go kae ke setlangana sa CITF ga se go teng sa re nne ka re sa ipelegeng
a ko maphata a maleba le di-parastatale tse di ikemetseng bo Botswana Housing Corporation le rona hala le jaaka matlo a bošwa re leke go bona re engage bana ba jang gore re ba godise talente ya bone.
17 graduates of Ipelege Skills Development Component, including the beneficiary, put their skills to the test in constructing this house.
Me ba berekile ka natla ba gaetso sengwe le sengwe se mo jarateng taratele e bonanye ntlwana e re ko morago ele le yone ntlo ke diatla tsa borre le bomme ba ba hamagana ba ne ba dira me go le bokete bogolo ja mo go nna coordinator ka gore ene le lenaneo le lesha
tota ke a leboga le tsone ba diri ka nna le bone ke a ba leboga ka go nna pelotelele go tla go dira one tiro e re dirileng tota o thung ha ke na mahoko a pa mantsi o itse gore ke tletse boitumelo bo bontsi ke gore ga ke itse gore nka reng.
Meanwhile, Minister Dikoloti further expressed that this project aligns with the National Vision 2036 of achieving a knowledge-based economy and President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi's recent agenda, which sought to instill mindset change. Gilbert Mogorotsi, BTV News, Lorwana.
The 2022 population census indicates a 7.2% increase in the population of Kazungula, a situation that has increased incidents of human-wildlife conflict as homesteads have expanded to areas traditionally inhabited by wildlife. As such, residents have called for improvements in communal lighting infrastructure to mitigate this challenge. Kitso Taimani reports.
Kazungula residents emphasize that some bushy areas are wild animal grazing spot and hideout. On the other hand, thieves are using such for their criminal activities. They therefore plead for installation of floodlights and elimination of those bushes for their safety and security.
Re mo seemo sa gore re thokana le di-lights. Di-floodlights ela kana dipone tse di ta gasa hela mo Flower Town mo. Ene ya rena ko ngwe ke tswa go ngwe ko kere ke ya rona re tsena boshigo ele. Re la ke tsena mo straight sa fowe sa Martha. Ke kopane le phiritse tharo. Maabane yo mongwe ba le tsebang teleditse mongame jaaka o itse gore ke motho yo ke gautshwane le dinoga tšhuta ela ne ke bonye mo motse ele ha ke o tshwarano ga ele ene e thomola pelo
so re na le kgang e re lwa le yone ya ba moteng re na le borre ba sepodisi e leng gore re a eleka mme sena nkire ke a se kopa ya ba gampe go ke sengwe se se tshwana le fire break mo ngwabe maphata a le banye.
In addition to that, some residents share their challenges, with some acknowledging developments done and looking forward for more civilizations.
Guide you to amogele bukae, chef amogele bukae. Would last to look is a professional guide. But this has been a problem for so many years.
Ya re gona le mediro re se ke re bone di-clients mina ga simolola ga nna le local agents and distribution of clients mo e reng ga batho ba tabe ba hewa di-local agents be ba bona bone gore ba ba neela bomaka ke so se e leng gore sa diragala ba gaetso ga re se lebogeleng.
Responding to resident plea and concerns, Mr. Machana Shamguni indicated that the residents' concerns are his, and thus he will work tirelessly with other departments to enforce other developments at lightning speed.
Tota mo planning ya rona ya 23-24 na so mo planning ya gore re ka go tshuba go Flower Town mme ke plan ele ke mogopolo ro tsereng re tla ro tsenya mo di planning
dikgang tsa bone ga se gore government o ntse hela ka tsone ebile le ene tona wa tourism ke dikgang tsa di itseng particularly yone ya gore ga gongwe yo a degree holder ene minimum mo me o le degree holder spatela sa ka sana le sone khosi se tabo se agiwa.
Residents are asked to constantly send conscious alert to others through social media pertaining the wild animals seen roaming the homesteads. Kitso Temane, Botswana Television, Kazungula.
It is time for sports, and Liza Osekeng is standing by to give us the latest. Liza?
Tumela Kgomotso.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Please proceed.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kgomotso Mapani, good evening. My name is Liza Osekeng with your world of sport. And we are starting off with the Dakar Rally in Saudi Arabia. Local biker Rose Branch bagged his second stage win of the championship, winning stage 11 to remain in the hunt for a historic podium finish. Branch pushed hard in the 420-kilometer stage from Alula to Yanbu as he tried to close the time between him and overall leader Ricky Brabeck of the US. Branch won the stage in a time of 4 hours, 51 minutes, which was some 32 seconds ahead of Brabeck, while Adrian Van Beveren of France came third. Branch is still second in the general standings behind Brabeck, who leads him by 10 minutes and 22 seconds. Branch will now hope Lady Luck will be on his side tomorrow in the last stage if he is to win the bike category. The stage is a 328-kilometer ride around Yanbu.
So the end of stage 11, and wow, I had so much fun. I really enjoyed it from this morning. From the get-go, I was going at a good pace, and I felt really good the whole day, and it was good fun. So navigation was okay. I didn't make any mistakes, which is a positive. So, but yeah, feeling strong for tomorrow, and yeah, let's see how it goes opening up tomorrow. But thank you all so much for all the support. It's been incredible, and sorry for keeping you on the edge of your seats. But yeah, we're looking forward to the last 170 odd Ks tomorrow to finish it off and finish off strong.
And now switching codes, the national softball team is in camp until the 28th of this month in preparation for the 18th WBNC Men's Softball World Cup qualifiers to be hosted in Limpopo, South Africa on the 26th of February. This was revealed by the team's coach, Tony Moyo, who said that the camp will be used to train a preliminary roster of 30 players who will later be trimmed to 16. Segolame Baeng.
Moyo further stated that a total of 30 players have been included in the list, including Kagiso Mogale, a two-time World Cup pitcher who led Botswana to an 8th place finish in 2017, making the playoffs for the first and only time. Moyo said they are using the training camp to assess the endurance and strength of the players, as they will be selecting the final 16 national team players who will represent Botswana in South Africa. Botswana will be aiming for first position and will need to defeat their nemesis in the host South Africa.
Se se botlhokwa pankanyo ya rona ha ke yone ta re bontshang gore step by step re bata go ira yang. Tota the ultimate goal ke go wina bosimega jwa di qualifiers. Since I recall the last time re tsholetsa trophy ke ka 2003 ele zone 6.
The absence of local softball league hinders coaches' performances at national team level.
Gona inactive for a long time. Gona le sabe sentse mo performancing ya di player, but ha league le teng players ba tshameka, we see them ba assessa di performances tsa bone, ba bona ba bangwe gore ba tshameka yang and be able to rise to the occasion when given an opportunity. Tournament ke kganya gore one player in a tournament can turn out to be on top of the player tournament, but in a regular season we tell gore ke motho sokola. So tournament, they've got its own moments. A player can rise to the occasion, a player probably can choke.
Botswana, which is ranked number 33 with 33 points in the WBSC Men's Softball World Ranking, will play in South Africa for one of the 2 available spots for the African continent in the World Cup. The last time Botswana played in the qualifiers, they were knocked out by South Africa by 4 runs to 3 in the finals of the qualifiers last year.
So as dilo dintseng ka teng right now, WBC e changile format ya go ya go tshamekela World Cup. So this is the first stage se re tabe ra go go sone. After qualifying, ra go the second stage, and qualifying on the second stage, that means we'll have that opportunity to tshameka final next year.
Botswana's last appearance in the Men's Softball World Cup was in Prague in 2019 when they finished on 14th place. 8 players from that team are included in this preliminary roster, including position players such as pitcher Keruso Bogale, Brian Dikoka, Tsepoditiro Onasugudu and Offense Kitsugile, among others, will be representing Team Botswana in the qualifiers, scheduled from February 26 to March 3rd in Limpopo, South Africa. Sehwalame, Baeng, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Still in softball, Coach Moyo stated that the team of coaches and management that he was appointed with bring to the table different skills, something that he says will help in the long run as they aim to qualify for this year's World Cup to be held in Prince Albert, Canada, and the city of Oklahoma in the U.S. The 4 personnel include 2 assistant coaches in Tebohoma Kachani, Tapiso Utimile, development coach Juri Manaka, as well as the manager McDonald Folohang.
Monate ke gore ke ba katisi botlhe be eleng gore ke a ba itse, and then mongwe wa bone re tshamekile mmogo ko national teaming, and then the assistant coach Tebogo Makachana ke motho eleng gore has a winning record le team ya go ko police, and then he brings his experience ya go wina. And then we also have Coach Tapiso, he's a teacher go LSS, and he comes from a winning background. Yeah, having excelled for a long time go LSS with his boys and girls. Kita kopehelo Botswana, the Friends of Softball, bar support, bar rotuite, bar encourage, bar positive all the time, and go aga diplara tsa rona, and ba go Limpopo ke ha koning hela ba te gore support, and it will be highly much appreciated.
And finally, in the ongoing AFCON tournament in Cote d'Ivoire, Morocco started the campaign on a positive note, outplaying Tanzania 3-0. In another Group F fixture, DR Congo had a tightly contested affair which ended in a 1-1 draw against Zambia. In the first game of the second round, Equatorial Guinea walloped Guinea-Bissau by 4-2 in a Group A encounter. In the just-ended second game, Nigeria registered a 1-0 victory over the host Cote d'Ivoire. Egypt will play Ghana in the only Group B match in a few minutes' time at 10 p.m. And that is it for sport this evening. My lady is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. Maitsu, I think it's Egypt and Ghana, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is Egypt and Ghana. It's a big night for African football tonight, considering the 4 teams that are facing each other, with Ivory Coast and Nigeria there. You said Nigeria won 1-0 over the host. It can't be I can't imagine it being an easy night in Abidjan.
No, it cannot. But have you chosen yet?
Well, for me, as long as Zambia is there, I will always support Zambia.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow night.
After Zambia, we can start considering other nations, probably Nigeria. Not because they won. I just have always loved Nigeria. There's a game that I never forget between Nigeria and Spain in one World Cup many moons ago. I think that's when I started really following Nigeria.
Did you watch last night's game? I think it was Zambia against DR Congo, right?
Yes.
Yes. What can you say about the game?
Well, I was sitting on the edge at some point. There was an almost penalty at some point. Yeah. Thank God for VAR. I know many people don't like it. Well, thank God for that moment. I think when you read the story of Zambia and how their football has sort of progressed to some extent, everything points back to development.
But ma'am, I think your team was lucky to get away with it.
Well, you can... Sports is like that. Remember the other day I asked you, do you think the score is a true reflection of how the game panned out? True. It's a game of chances. You get your chance, you use it. You can play terribly for 90 minutes and get one shot at goal, and it's actually the goal that wins you the 3 points. But like I said, I will always be proud of Zambia.
And 3 points is all that matters, right?
A point at this point, you take anything as long as it's not a loss.
Of course.
Thank you.
Let me see you tomorrow, right?
Thank you so much, Liza. We meet again tomorrow. Have yourself a fantastic evening and do enjoy what I assume will be a thrilling encounter between Ghana and Egypt.
Likewise.
That was Liza Oseken giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. The president has arrived in Kampala, Uganda to attend the 19th summit of the non-aligned movement. Government revises the minimum wage for domestic and agricultural workers. And in sports, the Botswana national softball team is in camp as part of the preparations for the Men's Softball World Cup qualifiers. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanya Rona, hashtag BW Mindset Change, Arichin. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome. The weather forecast tonight is brought to you by Kumo Cecil Monarch. The following are the rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8. We recorded 55 millimeters at Mukubili Primary School, 30 millimeters at Chadibe North Primary School, 21 millimeters at Sepopa Primary School, 20 millimeters at Solwane Primary School, 14 millimeters at Dukwi CJSS, 10 millimeters at Mosetse Primary School, 9 millimeters at Letlhakane Med Station, 6 millimeters at Molebatsi Primary School, 5 millimeters at Robelela Primary School, and 2 millimeters over Mount Atlanta Police and Mantabakwe Primary School. This evening, convective clouds are visible over most areas of our country. We are still expecting some scattered thunder showers over Ngamile and Chobe, Central and Northeast District. Over Hansi, Khalakadi, Southern, Southeast Gauteng and Kwenen District, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers. Tomorrow, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers over the entire country with possibility of fresh to strong winds of 26 to 31 kilometers per hour. In the morning, we're expecting some warm temperatures over Southern District. Elsewhere, we're expecting some hot morning temperatures. And in the afternoon, we're expecting some warm temperatures over Hansi Khalakadi, Southern Southeast Gauteng and Kwenen District, ranging between 28 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. Over the remaining areas, we're expecting some mild afternoon temperatures with highs of 23 to 26 degrees Celsius. Over Southern Southeast Gauteng and Kwenen, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers on Sunday with warm afternoon temperatures. Over Hansi and Kalahadi, we're expecting isolated thunder showers on Saturday and Sunday with hot afternoon temperatures. Over Chobe and Ngamiland, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers on Saturday and Sunday with warm afternoon temperatures. And at Central and Northeast, we're expecting some cloudy conditions on Saturday, and on Sunday, we'll have partly cloudy conditions with warm afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.
The preparatory meetings for the non-aligned summit ended this afternoon, paving way for the heads of state summit that begins tomorrow. Acting PS in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Clifford Maribe, delivered a statement at the closed-door ministerial meeting where he stated Botswana's position on today's global challenges. Let's take a listen to him as he summarizes that statement.